Hey guys, so today I have a pretty big Sephora haul to share with you. I went a little crazy in the Sephora sale, bought like 14 items I think in total. Definitely more than I usually get at one time from Sephora, but honestly I haven't bought that much makeup in recent months, so I kind of wanted to treat myself a little bit and just try a bunch of things that I've been eyeing. So we're going to do this haul try-on style. I'm going to try on as many things as I can on my face today. This is the completed look. It ended up kind of dramatic, but I like it. Let's go ahead and get into the try-on. I was able to get two 100 point perks. I don't know, are you someone who saves up your points until you have like 1,000 or however much the maximum is, or do you just spend them as soon as you get them? Because for me, when I see that I have the option to get a few 100 point perks, like this time I saw that I had 250 points, so I could get two extra things, and I looked through the 100 point perk options and there were a couple things that interested me. These two sunscreens. So we have the Supergoop Glow Screen, which I tried a long time ago. It was in one of my sunscreen roundups years ago. I liked it but thought it was just like way too glowy. I haven't tried it since they made a shade range. It used to just be one shade and now there's like 4 or 5. So this is the shade Sunrise, which I think is the original shade that I had before, but we'll see. And then I also got the Fenty Skin Hydra Vizor Invisible Moisturizer with Broad Spectrum SPF 30. I've never tried anything from Fenty Skin, so I'm really curious to try this one as well. So what I thought we could do is try one on each side today so that I can get a good comparison. I did already apply a layer of the Ionique Centella Calming Sunscreen earlier today to my entire face, but that was a few hours ago. So I feel like, it would be a good time to reapply. The sun's actually about to go down in like half an hour, so it's not like I really need the sunscreen, but it's fun to test either way. Yeah, I do think this is the same shade I had the first time. Definitely gonna avoid my eye area because chemical sunscreens do tend to burn my eyes. Okay, so that's the side with the Supergoop, and this is the side without. So very, very glowy, like gives an immediate impact in terms of glow. Like, it almost looks like I applied liquid highlighter all over my face, and I feel like that was kind of a lighter application than I might normally do. Usually if I'm like actually going to be going outside, I'm going to put a little bit more on. It's one of those that like when you apply the proper amount of sunscreen, it's almost like too much glow. But under foundation, it could be really pretty since it's going to be covered up anyway. Alright, let's try this Fenty Skin. I'm going to use my other hand to apply this one. Has a nice clean scent to it. A little bit citrusy. So here's the Fenty side. And here is the Supergoop Glow Screen. The other thing about the glow screen, it's not the most moisturizing. Even though you would think it would be because it is so glowy, it kind of dries down to an almost matte sort of feel, even though it doesn't look matte at all. Whereas I would say the Fenty side feels a lot more hydrated right now. I also did decide to get the Fenty Eaze Drop Blurring Skin Tint, and I did go with the shade 2 thanks to a lot of your comments. A lot of you who are like a similar skin tone to me said that this would be the best shade. So I'm just gonna dot it around. I think I'm going to start by blending this with my fingers just because it is a skin tint. I don't want to soak up too much coverage with my sponge. I might tap over it with a sponge at the end. I definitely see what they mean by blurring. It does kind of just smooth out as you blend it in. Yeah, it looks pretty good just having applied it with my fingers. I think I'm going to maybe just tap over it lightly with my sponge, just to make sure it's even. I feel like it's maybe gathering in my pores on my cheeks just the tiniest bit, but I don't know, I can't quite tell. I didn't buy any new concealers, but I did get a sample of the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer, which I have never tried, but I know a lot of people love this one, so I'm gonna go into the shade Vanilla, which is light 2. It's the lightest one on here. Actually looks like a good shade. Okay, let's see what this is all about. Ooh, it's definitely very concentrated. Okay, so definitely radiant, definitely pretty high coverage. I would say on the high end of medium coverage. I think I might even get one more use out of that. I'll have to like tape it down. Okay, you guys are gonna laugh at me, but I did buy 3 blushes. I guess you could even say 4 because one of them is technically a duo. So I don't know what I was thinking there, but I just really, really wanted all of these. So first up here, we have the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Iconic Blush and Glow Kit. So this has a matte beauty blush wand and a beauty light wand. Two things that I have really wanted to try for a long time. I don't think they were on my Sephora loves list, but when I saw that this came in a duo, I just couldn't help myself. And these are both in the shade Pillow Talk. Then I also just couldn't pass up the Hourglass Unreal Liquid Blush. I've just heard such good things, and Hung Van Gogh's tutorial, the fall eye makeup tutorial he did, is what sold me on this, so can't wait to try that. And I did also get the Patrick Ta Double Take Cream and Powder Blush in the shade Not Too Much. Quite a few of you were telling me that you love this blush specifically in this shade, and I can see why. It is beautiful. I love the peach and kind of red combo. It almost kind of looks like Coqui Bellissima, those two shades. But maybe just like a little bit lighter. The question now is, which of these blushes do I want to use today? I kind of want to do like one on each cheek just so that I can try more than one. And I also got a bronzer. This is the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer in Light. This just looked like such a beautiful kind of rosy bronzer. It's not looking as rosy in person as it did online, or maybe just this lighting. It's definitely looking a little bit more golden than I was expecting, but in the pan it looks, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it applies to the cheeks. Let's try out this Makeup by Mario bronzer. Okay, I feel like it's looking more rosy going on than it looked in the swatch. And the nice thing is it's not too pigmented, so you don't have to be really, really careful. I mean, you don't want to pile it on per se, but it's more of a buildable formula. Okay, I feel like that applied really smoothly. It doesn't look patchy, at least in my mirror. Sometimes things don't look patchy to me when I'm filming, but then when I'm editing, I'm realizing like, wow, that does look patchy. So let me know if you were seeing any patchiness with the bronzer, but I felt like it went on really easily, and I liked how sheer it was. That's definitely my preference when it comes to cream cheek products overall, because it just makes them so much easier to work with. So let's try out this Pillow Talk Beauty Light Wand. I'm excited. Okay, it has a little on and off switch, basically. You can open and close the squeezy mechanism. Okay, I'm going to squeeze a lot to get it to come out. Okay, here we go, here we go. Alright, I'm going to try just dotting it on my cheeks. I'll just try blending that out with my fingertip. See how that goes. Okay, does that look too dark? Because I couldn't quite tell if it would end up being too dark. It definitely looks kind of dark in the little cushion. I mean, in a heavy swatch, it does look a little dark on my hand anyway. It has a base that's darker than my skin tone, but I feel like on my cheeks it doesn't look too dark. Alright, let me know. Do you think that highlight looks too dark, or does it look okay? Might be something I more use as like a blush mixer. I guess you could use both of these, like do one dot of this and one dot of this like on the apple of your cheek to get a glowy blush, since this is matte. On one cheek I'm going to do the Hourglass, and then I think on the other cheek I'll do the Patrick Ta. That way I will have at least tried one of the Charlotte Tilbury things. So on the Hourglass side, this has really interesting packaging. So I think you're supposed to just like press. Oh wow, yeah, there's this like soft material at the bottom here that you press. So, ooh, that is like way more pigmented than I expected. I thought this was like more of like a sheer serum. Whoa, that's so bright. Okay, I thought this was gonna be way more sheer, but maybe it does sheer out. Okay, that actually sheared out really beautifully. I like that color. I might even add more. I mean, I have a little bit more on my hand. Okay, maybe that was too much. But no, it really does kind of sink in and sheer out. Next time I think I'll use even less of this, but that did sheer out really beautifully. It is almost like kind of a gel oil serum hybrid. So I want to try this Patrick Ta blush, but using the Patrick Ta method, which is actually to do the powder first and then the cream on top, which I never do. So I'm going to go ahead and powder next. And for powder, I decided to get the Tower 28 GetSet powder in the shade Palisades Pink. So it's a pressed pink powder, and it's a really nice subtle pink. Looks kind of similar to the color of the e.l.f. light pink loose powder, but this one is pressed, so I'm really curious to try this. And as far as creasing goes with this concealer, it's not too bad. I'm getting a little bit of settling in my deepest fine lines, which are like right under my lash line here. Just a little bit of settling, especially on this eye, but it's really not too bad. I'm going to try it with this Kaleidos Precision Highlighter brush. I'm just going to tap out those creases before I set. Okay, I kind of like that so far. What do you think? Okay, of course this is my first impression, but I really like that so far. Really smooth, it doesn't look super dry. Usually I go for loose powders on the under eyes because I feel like pressed powders can sometimes look too heavy, but this is not looking heavy. Should I just go ahead and use this all over my face as my setting powder too? Let's try it. Yeah, I feel like this is a light enough pink that I can just go ahead and use this as an all-over setting powder. Let's try the Patrick Ta blush on this side now, and just like he recommends, I'm going to start with the powder, and I'm using the Kaleidos blending blush brush for this. Ooh, it actually has some glow to it. For some reason I was expecting an all matte blush. That is really pretty on its own, but I am so curious to try the cream on top. And I do really like that it has this clear flap over the cream so that the powder doesn't get mixed in there. I think that is really important with a product like this. Again, not sure how pigmented this is. Let me tap it. Okay, it doesn't seem too pigmented. So I'm just tapping this over the powder. And looking up close at this, it does not appear that the cream interfered with the powder or any of the other things under the blush on my face. Seems like it melted on really nicely, actually. So that's pretty impressive to me. I kind of like the Hourglass side a little better. I do feel like the Patrick Ta, maybe I was just a bit too heavy-handed with it, but I kind of feel like the Patrick Ta looks a little heavy. Let me just tap over it. Yeah, it looks just like a little harsh, maybe. So maybe I just need to go a bit lighter handed with it. I did buy not one but two brow gels. I'm thinking I might do a brow gel showdown at some point, and so I got these to kind of start testing. I have the Rare Beauty Flexible Lifting Gel and the Patrick Ta Major Brow Laminating Gel. Both of these are clear. I think the Patrick Ta one is actually a mini, so I saved a little money that way. I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyelids before I do my brows. And I'm using the Kaleidos Tone Activator. Still testing this out. I used this the other day and my eyelids looked so dry. I think I either used too much of this or my eyelids were dry anyway and this just made it visible. So let's try it again. I'm using less this time, and a tiny bit goes a very long way with this stuff. Okay, good. Happy to report my eyelids do not look as scaly and peely as they did the other day when I used this, so it wasn't this product's fault then. That's good. Let's try one brow gel on each eye. We'll do the Rare Beauty on the right side and the Patrick Ta on the left. I'm going to use this broken Ardell brow glue paddle thing to flatten my brows. It used to have like a brush or something on the other end, but it fell off, so I just used the paddle side. It actually is really handy. Ooh, and this one has more of like a molded plastic bristle brush. I'm using the other side of this for this side. The Rare Beauty side seems to have like maybe stronger hold. One thing I did not buy is eyeshadow, actually. But I did recently receive the Polar Express palette from Nomad in PR, and this looks so cute, so I thought we could try this out today. I kind of want to do something with this side of the palette. These look like some really pretty fall tones. So I'm going to start with the shade Nougat Candy. It's a matte, like, kind of clay taupe shade on a fluffy crease brush. Then on a smaller crease brush, I'm dipping into Hot Cocoa. I'm going to start by working that into the outer third of my lid, and then I'm also blending it up into the crease. The imprints on these shades are so pretty. Of course, I've already touched like these two here, but you can still see. The hot cocoa, so cute. This like broken ice right here. Kind of want to do something smoky with these two shimmers, this like deep berry and the smoky taupe. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go in with the berry. This is the shade Believe on the center of my lid, overlapping with the brown. These shimmers do not seem as overly creamy as the ones in the Fuji 5 Lakes palette. Those creased on me. So I'm curious to see if these do or don't. They feel like they're slightly more powdery versus the really creamy, almost putty-like shimmer formula that they sometimes use. Alright, and then I'm gonna go in with First Gift. Ooh, that's almost like an oyster pearl kind of color. And I'm putting that in the inner third of my lid. I kind of want to go on top of that with Christmas Carol, this gold, because I almost feel like it's a little bit too gray next to the red. Ooh, yeah, that's even more festive. Okay, I like that combo a lot. Now that those brow gels have set, I am going to apply some of my NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Pen just to fill in any sparse areas and add a little bit of structure to my brows. I also ordered 2 brown eyeliners, a pencil and a liquid, because I was in need of both. And for my liquid liner, no surprise here, this is the Fenty Beauty Fly Liner in the shade In Big Truffle. This has been the one that I planned to buy next for the last like 2 years, and I finally got to buy it. I love this packaging. It's almost this like triangular prism shape, but rounded. It's nice because you can grip it really easily like this. And then the pencil I got is the Tower 28 one-liner in the shade Draw Me, I think is what it says. It's a multi-liner, so you can use it on your eyes, your lips, or your cheeks, which I love. I kind of do that anyway. I mean, I don't usually use the same thing on my eyes, lips, and cheeks. Usually, like, I use lip liners as blush. But today I guess I'll try this as both an eyeliner and a lip liner. I'm gonna use it on my lower lash line. And why not? I'll just smudge it all the way across. And I'm just smudging that out with my BK Beauty 204. Okay, it seems very smudgeable. I like that. This, I think, was on my loves list a long time ago, but I took it off. But then this time I was just looking at their different brown pencil liner options, and I saw this one again, and I was like, that's actually perfect because, well, first of all, I love that they market it as a multi-purpose product rather than just an eyeliner. And I also like that it's a wooden pencil, just because I know that's like a little bit more sustainable than a plastic retractable one. Alright, and then on the top, I'm going to do a wing with the Fenty Fly Liner. Ooh, that really is brown. And that's the reason I got this, is because everyone says, like, if you want a truly brown liquid liner, get the Fenty Fly Liner. It's really opaque, too. Wow. I also did pick up the Cali Ray Come Hell or High Water mascara. This is a tubing mascara. It was between this one and the Tarte, both of the Tarte tubing mascaras. And a lot of you were telling me that you did not like the Tarte tubing mascaras at all, like they weren't even actually tubing. But a lot of you highly recommended that I try the Cali Ray, so I took your advice. This is interesting because I've never seen a tubing mascara with these kind of natural style bristles. Usually they have the spiky plastic bristle brushes. And I'm going to put this on my top and bottom lashes. I can't get over how truly brown that Fenty liquid liner is. I'm so impressed. I would say I'm getting both length and volume with this one. Not much in the way of separation, I would say, with this, but otherwise, you know, good length and volume here. So I'm really happy to have a black tubing mascara now. Previously, I only had a brown one, so now I have one of each color. I do like to use both. Like, for today's look, actually, normally I probably would have used a brown mascara for this look, but I wanted to test this one. I wanted to actually go back to the Polar Express palette and put a little bit of something in my inner corner. Let's see. I'm gonna put Mr. C in my inner corner. It's like this champagne shimmer. On my lips, let's try this Tower 28 one-liner just to see. Ooh, it is really dark. This is a really nice creamy pencil despite being a wooden pencil. Okay, that is very brown. I feel like it's looking just the slightest bit dry and patchy. See what I mean? But I'm gonna go over it with the Say Glossy Bounce Lip Oil in Push. I love this one for a fall lip. Yeah, I love a brown lip that doesn't pull orange. It's a very like neutral leaning cool brown. Really fun for fall. I love how this look turned out. I'm excited that I'm filming another video after this so I can keep wearing this look in another video. There are 3 non-makeup items that I got. One of them is kind of boring, but I needed a new hand sanitizer, so I got the Touchland hand sanitizer. I feel like I see these everywhere, and it's like a $10 hand sanitizer, which feels ridiculous to me because I could have gotten one for like $1 at Walmart, but you know, I just wanted to try it for the aesthetic. Also, I like the shape a lot. It's the kind of thing that you can just slide right into your purse and it doesn't take up much space. So I got the Vanilla Blossom scent one. I'm gonna put it on right now. Definitely very vanilla. I don't love the kind of floral, the blossom part of it, I guess. I like the vanilla, but not the blossom of Vanilla Blossom. But, you know, it's a pleasant scent. I don't mind it. And then I did get 2 sets of Glamnetic nails. I've never tried Glamnetic before, but I am so curious. I've heard their glue is like the best. So I got Ruby Slipper, which looks gorgeous. It has that velvet, really dimensional look to it. So pretty. Cannot wait to wear these for the holidays. And then the other style I got is called Polar Night. These have like an ombre from a nude to a really, I think it's also a velvet finish silver color. Also so pretty for winter. And these are both in the short almond shape. So really excited to wear these. I think I'll wait a little bit. Like I'll probably wear the red ones closer to Christmas and maybe the almond ones around New Year's. So I have a while to wait until then, but I might try the glue on another set of nails I have from a different brand in the meantime. So that is everything I got in the Sephora sale. I will leave a pinned comment with some updates on how things wore, especially like the foundation and how the 2 different sunscreens compared, the cheek products, the brow gels also. So check there if you want to hear a follow-up on some of these things. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing what I got in the Sephora sale. It was definitely a bigger haul for me than usual, but I'm really excited about all of these things, and like I said, so far so good. There was nothing that I hated, at least right off the bat, so that's always a good sign. But thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me today. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and if you want to support me even further, I do have a Patreon and a channel membership where I upload exclusive bonus content. Huge shout out to all of my current patrons and channel members. Thank you all so much for your support. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll talk to you very soon in my next video. Bye!